What is going on, everyone? Welcome to our first ever Sportsbook review. As always, I am your host, Maddie Chucks, along with my other co-host, Nick the Picker, right down below. We're going to give you guys some honest sportsbook reviews for all the sportsbooks that we know of. This is the first episode, first edition, first review. You can see it on the screen. First up is Fanduel Sportsbook. We're going to give you guys everything you need to know from signing up, depositing, all the way through the betting process, what you can do, and then all the way to withdrawing and cashing out your hard-earned, beautifully sweat out money that you won. Hopefully you guys hit some big ones. We're going to walk you through everything you need to know. I'm going to go first here and just go through joining. So you're going to go on FanDuel Sportsbook, and you could use one of our links below. You can get a risk-free $1,000 bet to use on your first ever deposit. And just use our code flashpicks.bet/FanDuel1000pod. Again, we'll explain it later in the video when we talk about the promos. But if you want to stop now and go through this with me as I do, click the link in the description below, and let's get rocking. So you're going to click join now. You're going to go to FanDuel Sportsbook States right here. So it's going to pop up. All these beautiful states right here are there to choose from. Make sure your state is on here. If it's not on here, most likely FanDuel's not allowed in your state. We're going to click the best state in the universe, New Jersey, right there. And then you're going to sign up with an email. You're going to pick a username, choose a password, and then you're going to have an account. And then from there, you're going to have to do your social security number, confirm your address, confirm that you're a real human being and a person with an address, and some money to deposit. And that's basically how you sign up. And then once you sign up, Nick's going to talk you through the depositing process.
Yeah, so depositing is pretty easy. FanDuel's going to take your money any way possible. Absolutely any way possible. I'm surprised they don't have someone that can just show up at your house and take it directly out of your hand. Bank account, debit card, credit card, Apple Pay, Venmo, PayPal, cash at the counter, FanDuel prepaid card, gift card, pay near me locations at 7-Eleven and local convenience stores. Any way possible, they will take your money. Now, there are certain ways, like certain credit cards. Most credit cards don't work, like Visas and so on and so forth. That has a lot to do with, gambling regulations and stuff like that, which is a good thing. If you're betting through your credit card, you probably shouldn't, and you definitely shouldn't be betting that money. So as far as a ranking for deposits, we're giving it a 9.1 out of 10. They have every single way I can really think of to get money in there. It's really just up to credit card companies that are stopping them from doing even more ways. And, other than that, there's really nothing better that they could do as far as taking your money.
Yeah.
Well, the next up is look and fluidity, as well as just, overall use of FanDuel. Now, granted, FanDuel is one of my favorite books to use. It is one of my favorite books to use, without a doubt. It's one of the first books I used with DFS. It's got as many options, too many options, honestly, that you're able to pick from throughout. But along with that, they have, just a great clean app that allows options throughout, whether it's live betting, pre-game, there's just everything, every kind of betting futures. And they pretty much have even foreign, if you want to bet some European basketball in the middle of the day, the Serbian league, you can do that. And you can even watch it on top of the screen. They have most of those games now above your betting, where you can do your live betting on top of that screen. Negatives, I would say, as far as that, there can be too many options, especially for someone who's a novice bettor or just beginning or getting started out. There can be too many options, especially when you click into a game. You can just go for days and days and days, and you can get yourself in trouble. But you can also find some lines that might be able to be taken advantage of. So it's a negative and a positive as far as that's concerned. Live betting. Well, I'll let you get into live betting, but for a rank for look and fluidity, it's an 8.7 out of 10. That's what we're rating it. Again, 8.7 out of 10. They can't really do much better.
Yeah, they have everything. You can go. You can see right here they have popular, live now promos, boost, casino, NFL, NCAA football, MLB, golf, and then you go all the way to all sports. So if you're really looking for something in particular to bet on, like maybe you just absolutely love soccer, whatever snooker is, I don't even know what that is, but they have that for you. Table tennis, regular tennis, handball, whatever you want, is up here. And again, it can be a little overwhelming, but they do their best to kind of structure it in a way where you can find whatever you want. And you can also search it with the search button right here. So if you ever feel a little lost, feel free to search. They do have a good live betting opportunities for you. We're going to dive in with this real quick. Nick's going to like this. We're going to go live betting this SMU Central Florida game. This video, if you're watching 2 months from now or whatever, Nick is on Central Florida -3. So we're going to see this live score here. But as you can see, sometimes late in the games, it's the fourth quarter with 4 minutes left. A lot less options as the games close up, as it should be. So it's kind of a bad example, but just the way the timing of this video worked. You can still live bet the spread up until a couple minutes left in the game. Usually you could live bet the over-under and the money line and maybe some props, usually more on the professional sports rather than college. But they do have some good live betting opportunities. Let's say you think, let's go to football. Let's say you think Cortland Sutton's going to score a touchdown and this game is halfway through. They most likely will have a live bet option for Cortland Sutton to still score a touchdown at much better odds that you would have gotten pregame because it's already halfway through. You can do a lot of things like that. So if you think you have a good feel for the game, FanDuel does have a good live betting option for you. They're not totally at the top of the game, but they're definitely above average in the live betting situation for you guys. So we're going to give it a 6.6 in live betting because honestly, it is hard to even find live betting stuff. Sometimes they're locked, but they do try their best to give you as many options as possible. Obviously, there's a lot of liability with live stuff with injuries and the way the game flow's going and weather. So it is a lot tougher to bet in live scenarios, which is why the lower score, but nonetheless, they do a pretty decent job. And getting into the bread and butter of FanDuel, we're going to go through parlays and basically same game parlays. So as you can see here,
Yep.
I already pulled up the NFL. This is the week that we're on. We're watching this video. We're recording this video. We have the Minnesota Vikings -7, the Bucks -9. Tom Brady, fresh off that divorce lawyer, he's going to be fired up. Cowboys +5.5. Say you want all these three to win, and you're like, man, I wish all these three can happen. And I can do a nice parlay and get paid 6-1. Well, there you have it. FanDuel does that with a lot of things. You could cross sport. Say you want to go to baseball and you go, it's playoff baseball too. Let me enjoy this. You can add the Mariners if you want to, and you can make that boom 4 legs plus 1,500. You could add. Basically, the options are endless until they stop you with whatever legs you have, but you can get 10 plus legs, no problem. And really what FanDuel is actually known for is their SGP plus, which is the same game parlay plus, which is where you could do multiple same game parlays. So right here, I already picked out Seattle Seahawks money line and over 45.5. Normally that's just a plus 398, but you could add that with another same game parlay of the Broncos money line, Russell Wilson over passing yards, combined with an alternate receiving line of Cortland Sutton. So another thing about FanDuel does is you could set back lines. If Cortland Sutton's line is at 80, you could retract it to 50 plus, play it a little safer, throw it in a parlay. And obviously you need the 2 legs in this game, the 3 legs in this game to add up to your 5-leg SGP plus, which is where that plus symbol comes into play. And now you have a plus 1,800 parlay. A lot more fun on your Sunday. Please bet responsibly and gamble responsibly. But that's basically the gist of why everyone loves FanDuel, because the options are really endless with your long shots that you can make and take. They also have a lot of good promos. And Nick, why don't you tell us about how good these promos are?
Yeah, I think first of all, you did a good job as far as covering all the portions that, FanDuel has to offer as far as parlays. FanDuel's promos. So you have promos, then you have boosts, right? So number one, we talked about previously, we're going to have some sign-up codes below. That helps us out, guys, but it also gets you free money when you sign up with a book. It's a win-win as far as that's concerned. Please don't sign up with a book without using some sort of promo. Like, it's free money on the table just for being a new user, and you will regret it later on. Trust me, I did. Different story. Nonetheless, these promos, obviously you have the no sweat free bet up to 1,000. There's multiple they do throughout. You just kind of have to see what's going on in the season. This is a good option that you can pick. But I want to talk about a little bit about the boosts a little bit more, because the boosts are something that's going to be more consistent as you bet. The promos, it's a one-time thing. You sign up, you use it, it's done. Okay. But you have boosts. So we have different kind of boosts. So we have boosts that come from, yeah, go ahead and hit that.
There are no boosts right now. I was recording late at
no
night.
Boosts right now. So they're going to be like boosted plays. Basically, FanDuel's going to pick a popular game and put out a boost for it. Basically, say the odds are ending at 270, they're going to push them up to 380 just by betting this one play. So on and so forth. A lot of it, there's two schools of thoughts, right? Some people think it's cursed, and some people think it's great. I'm somewhere in the middle. You just gotta. It's still betting. Just because it's boosted doesn't mean it's a guarantee. But sometimes you can find some value there, and sometimes you're like, oh, that seems like a trap. Let's just go ahead and avoid this one. There's plenty of boosts every day. Trust me, they're always going to have a boost, and they even partner with some of these bigger people like the Pat McAfee and so on and so forth to do kind of promo boosts as well, or certain customized same game parlays that you can look at as well. As far as boosts and new offers, I think their boosts do pretty well as far as, offers. I think it's a nice offer they do every day.
Yeah, to give you guys a visual, they'll normally do like a Broncos money line and Cortland Sutton to score. Normally it's plus 237. They'll just boost it with like plus 300. That's like all they'll do. Not saying that's going to be the boost, but they'll do stuff like that throughout the week, and every day you'll see a new one.
Yeah. And it's something where it's a nice, if you're already on it, or maybe you're just a small time bettor, they're usually going to be maxed out at $50. So be aware of that. There's some that go past that, but they're always going to have some sort of max on it because they're giving you a little extra odds for free to try to make things interesting, get you to bet. I would say as far as new user promos, there are better promos out there. There are worse promos out there. It's kind of in the middle. They have a great app, so they don't have to overcompensate by putting, money behind their new user promos. But they don't have to. Again, like I said, they don't have to overcompensate. Once you get into the app itself, it's a really nice, clean app, and that's why it's my go-to overall. As far as boosts, it's good. It's bad. I don't really. I'm kind of a bigger bettor as far as $50. I just don't. I'd like to think I'm a professional, so I don't really mess with a boost. It's just more time it takes out of the day. Overall, I'm giving it a rating. We're giving a rating of 7.1 out of 10. Could be better, could be worse. It's just in the middle, as far as that's concerned. Matt, why don't you go over the last and final step? Once you win that money and you just try to take it out and take your girl out to a date, how are you going to do that?
Yeah, you could basically withdraw any way that you deposited. Obviously, you can't withdraw with the Pay Near Me stuff, but you could withdraw Venmo, PayPal, online bank transfer. You could get a check sent to your house, which you are a certified psychopath if you do that, because I wouldn't trust that in the mail, first of all, and I want to see that money now. All the power to you if you do it, but that's just, it takes another different person to do. You can also withdraw cash at the counter as well. Tons of ways to withdraw. Usually happens pretty quickly. They do have instant stuff that's very new, and they also have stuff that takes a little bit to go through the vetting process to make sure it was legit, and it goes through in like a day or so. All in all, withdrawing is just as easy as depositing. I guess depositing is a little easier because they want to make sure you put the money in, but withdrawing is usually not an issue with FanDuel. And overall, it's a great book. They have, we went through everything. They have a lot of ways to deposit, a lot of things to bet on, a pretty good new user promo. Again, please make sure to use our link in the description. And then some boosts and some regular promos. One thing I didn't touch up on was this like no sweat same game parlay. You get to basically no sweat same game parlay it because they'll give you up to $50 or $100 They vary it depending on how much money you usually bet on your plays. And you get to do a 3-leg, 4-leg, whatever the certain promo is. And you get your whole bet back as long as you do the up to max, whether it's 50 or 100 or 20 bucks, whatever it is for your situation. As long as you bet that, you get the whole thing back in free credits. And free credits are treated differently than free bets because you actually get the stake back because they're credits used for FanDuel, not a free bet without the stake. So they do give you good chances to kind of win a decent amount of money. A lot of people like to go big with some long shots, but either way, whether you're a simple straight bet better or a parlay guy, FanDuel is a great book for both of those options. Lots of different options you can do. Obviously, if you like parlays, this is a better book for you. But all in all, if you're going to gamble and sports bet, the promos, the boosts, everything in your face, it's beautiful. So that's our rating. Nick, do you have anything else to add?
What's our final score?
Final score is 8.1 out of 10 is what we
1 out of 10.
came up with.
It's a good score. I would say anything over an 8 is going to be a really good score as far as this is concerned for the future. Guys, thanks for joining us for our first sportsbook review. We'll have plenty more coming out. Bet responsibly. Best of luck. Let us know if you need anything, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.